First and foremost, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai. That's the Most High. Power of Israel, Israel only. We are the Hebrew Israelites of the Sakari sect, here to rebuke and recall back our fellow Israelites back to the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. First, Ezekiel 7:24.
Book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, verse 24. Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall none be. All right. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, verse 24. Wherefore I bring the worst of the heathen, they shall possess their houses. I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled.
All right, this is saying that there's certain heathens that's going to possess our land. Today we got some damn Amalekites possessing our land.
Ezekiel 36:5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with the spiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey.
See, this right here is telling us that the worst of the heathen are possessing a certain land that belong to us, man. You know what I'm saying? And this all happened because we broke the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High power, man. Ezekiel 20.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 20, verse 34. I will bring you out from the people. I will gather you out of the countries where you have been scattered.
This is supposed to happen to the true children of Israel before we go up in the land,
With a mighty hand, I will stretch forth an arm with fury and power poured out, and I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face.
Did that happen to the people over there today? No, it didn't. Keep reading.
Like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt, so will I plead with you, saith the Lord Yahweh. And I will cause you to pass under the rod. I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. And I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn. They shall not enter into the land of Israel. Ye shall know that I am the Lord thy power.
The people over there, they didn't go through that, man. Because they're not the true children of Israel.
That's right.
Book of Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 24. I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out from all countries, and will bring you into your own land. Verse 25. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and you shall be clean from all your filthiness, and from all your idols will I cleanse you. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart.
And that's how we know that the people is not the true children of Israel, man. Because today, we got some of the Amalekites saying that they can't go to Jerusalem because they're making a big deal about this red heifer. To sprinkle the water that cleansed them.
Then I will sprinkle clean water upon you, and you shall be clean from all your filthiness and from all your idols.
And there's idols still in the land today, man. There's Christian churches and there's still mosques over there.
Will I cleanse you? A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. And I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and will give you a heart of flesh. And I will put my spirit within you, and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. Ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your power.
And see, and that's another point right there. That the people in the land today, that's in the land of Israel today, they're not possessing the whole land that they gave our fathers, man. Because the land that they gave our fathers was from river to river. You know what I mean? From river to river, from Euphrates to the Nile, man. And we can prove that. Go to Genesis 15 and 18.
Genesis chapter 15, verse 18. In the same day the Lord made a covenant with Abraham, saying, unto the seed have I given thee the land, from the river of Egypt unto the great river of Euphrates.
So when the true children of Israel enter into that land, we are going to possess the land from river to river.
Jacob 36:29. I will also save you from all your uncleanness, and I will call for the corn, and will increase it, and lay no famine upon you. And I will multiply the fruit of the tree, and the increase of the field, and you shall receive no more reproach of famine among the heathen.
14, mission 2.
31. Remember your own evil ways, and your doings that were not good, and shall loathe yourselves in your own sight for your iniquities and for your abominations.
And there's still abominations in the land today, man. There's a big gay parade happening every year over there. That's how we know that the damn Amalekites ain't the true children of Israel.
That's
man.
right.
What is Ezekiel? Ezekiel 37 and 19. And they can't play the game saying that the only reason that they're not possessing the whole land from river to river is because they're still in exile. Well, that will cut that, because while they're still in exile today, they're still bankers, man. And in the curses it says that they would not lend to people, that they're still bankers today, man. The damn Amalekites nearly own all the banks in the world.
Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 19. Say unto them, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with the hand, even the sickle of Judah, which them one stick, they shall be one in mine hand. And the sticks whereon thou ridest shall be in thy hand before thy eyes. And say unto them, thus says the Lord God, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they have gone, and I will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land. And I will make one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be a king to them all.
Lord, where is their king, man? They're saying that they're the only, it's the only southern kingdom there. And then where's their king, man? When we coming back into the land, we will have a king, and we will have Yahweh Shai as our king.
That's right. And they shall no more be two nations, whether they shall be divided into kingdoms any more at all. Neither shall they defile themselves any more with idols, nor with detestable things.
They have detestable things over there, man. Just recently I read about a rabbi declaring cloned pig as kosher, man. Keep reading.
Nor with any of their transgressions will I sue them out of their dwelling places where they have sinned, and will cleanse them. They shall be my people, and I will be their God. And David, my servant, shall be king over them.
That's talking about Yahweh Shai. Keep reading.
They all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in thy judgments.
They will have one shepherd, man. I mean, one person leading them. them damn fake Jews, they have what's called the Knesset, which is a whole congregation of people leading them, man. Keep going. Which is our politicians. Keep reading.
And they also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them.
Do them damn rats over there follow statutes and commandments?
Hello?
No, they don't, man. Keep reading.
They shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob, my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt. They shall dwell therein, even they and their children and their children's children forever. And my servant David shall be their prince forever. Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them. And I will place them and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore.
That's another point. Where's the temple, man? The damn rats ain't. They're building a damn false temple in a fake Jerusalem.
For my tabernacle also shall be with them. Yeah, I will be their God, and they shall be my people. And the heathen shall know that I am the Lord that sanctified Israel, when my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore.
What happened? I can't hear you. You're talking nonsense and you're going into slavery.
That's right.
Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
This is supposed to happen, man. Where are them damn rats slaves, man? Where are their German slaves? Where are their Russian slaves, man? The people that supposedly oppress them.
And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
Where is their slaves, man? If they are the true children of Israel, they should be having German slaves and Russian slaves, man. Damn rats ain't they're not the children of Israel, man.
Isaiah chapter 60 verse 10. And the sons of the strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in thy favor I have mercy on thee. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. There shall not be shut the day nor night. The men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and their kings might be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall utterly be wasted. The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee.
Micah chapter 4 verse 3. They shall judge among many people, and rebuke strong nations afar off. They shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks.
That means that there would not be no more war anywhere.
Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. But they shall sit every man under his vine and under his fig tree, and none shall make them afraid, for the mouth of the Lord of hosts has spoken.
The damn rats in the land are straight have fear in them, man. That's why they build prison walls all over through their borders, man. All right. So my next point is, how are we going to bring them down? It's by, and then I'm gonna prove that by keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments that's going to be a direct point on how they're going to come down. What Isaiah 33:6.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 33, verse 6. And the wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times.
And the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Behold,
the strength of salvation.
And the fear of the Lord is his treasure.
So this is sounding pretty important, man, because it's also talking about the strength of salvation. Now we need to find out what is the wisdom, the wisdom and knowledge.
Whether you go to possess it, keep therefore and do them. This is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
So the law is our wisdom, right? And knowledge. Now go to Sirach 19:20.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 19, verse 20. The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is there performance of the law.
So the wisdom is the performance of the law. Back in Deuteronomy, it tells us that the law is our wisdom and understanding.
Proverbs chapter 9, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. Proverbs 9 and 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
So the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
And the knowledge of the holy is understanding.
So the knowledge, so this is all pointed back to the law. Got that?
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 111, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all that they that do the commandments.
So read that again,
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
A good understanding have all they
that keep the what?
Commandments.
That keep the commandments, man.
His praise endureth forever.
So the stability, back in Isaiah, it says the stability of our times and the strength of our salvation is the keeping of the law, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
So let's go back. So let's shoot over down to second Ezra.
Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, but when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So, back in Isaiah, it's saying that the law is going to be the stability of our time. Right here in second Ezra, it's saying to measure it, right?
Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is this very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people.
So by us starting to keep these laws, knowing the law, we will start understanding the times, understanding these prophecies, and then the Most High is going to start visiting this world, man, bringing judgment, man.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people of the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the dead and were before thee, even from the beginning.
That's the same thing that Yahweh was talking about, man. Go to Matthew 24:6. So that's another thing, man. These Christians talk about that this is not prophecy, that this is not an inspired book, man. They have to explain this, man, why Yahweh Shai kept quoting back to the Apocrypha, man.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation. There, and the kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places.
And the end is manifest. Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs. Everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works.
By his works. The same exact thing that our dear brother James is talking about, man. Go to James 2:17. That was a powerful verse right there.
Verse 5, or verse 7. Everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works.
By his works. By keeping of the law.
That's right.
Going back to what Isaiah was talking about.
This is the book of James, chapter 2, verse 17. Even so, faith, if it has not works, it is dead.
So
your
faith is dead without what?
Works. It is dead being alone. Yeah, every man say, thou hast faith, and I have works, but show me thy faith.
Show me your faith,
without thy works.
Without you keeping the law, man.
And I will show thee my faith by my works.
Faith without works is dead.
That's right, brother.
All right, what's up, brother? Got a question, y'all? Got a question, brother?
No, I'm just listening to y'all.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What's your nationality, brother?
Creole.
Huh?
French.
French, Creole. It's French and Creole. Hi. Hey, brother. So you possibly the tribe of Levi, brother. You know what I mean? Do you understand how your ancestors came to this side of the world? I'm gonna show you how your ancestors came to this side of the world in the Bible, brother. All right?
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So Egypt is synonymous with captivity or slavery, right? Bondage.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
See, the Most High told the Israelites that they will not see Egypt again, nor their land. But mostly Egypt, all right? So this is a whole new Egypt that they're talking about right here.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
All right. So the ships. So how did your ancestors come over here? Ships. The Bible just said that, man. All right.
Ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
You heard that? That's talking about how they sold your ancestors, man. So the Most High told us that the Israelites was going to happen. This was going to happen to the Israelites thousands of years before it happened, man. So what is that? So what is that telling you who you are? You're an Israelite, brother.
That's right.
That's right.
So now knowing that you're an Israelite, what is the Lord require of you? So what's knowing that we're an Israelite, the Most High that created everything, your Father, no one else but the children of Israel, He requires you something.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. And there they should bring the
got to put armor around.
I got it. This is Deuteronomy 33 and 4. Moses commanded us a law, even the inheritance of the congregation of Jacob.
Commanded is a law, man. And we have to keep those laws. That's the Most High requires us, the children of Israel to keep the laws. And if not, that's how we're in the situation we're at today.
Is this the part where they had to wander around for 40 years?
Well, that's what had happened when we first left the original Egypt, back in antiquity. The reason why we took so long in the wilderness is because we were doing the same thing we were doing today, rebelling against the Most High and breaking His laws.
It's supposed to be like a week or 2 years, and then it'll be 40 years.
Yeah. Right.
I got it. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
The conclusion of the whole matter means everything what it entails.
Hey, bro. Fear God and keep His commandments.
Fear God and keep His commandments. That's the most important thing out of everything. Because this is the reason why we're still in the situation we are in today, man. That's why exactly, we're still wandering around. We're still lost. You know what I'm saying? If you ask, look, brother, if you ask like 10 different black people, so-called black people, what is their identity? Some people will say 10 different things. But they don't know that they're Israelites, man. They're Israelites, doing what the Most High required of them. What he just read. Fear God, His commandments.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all His commandments.
The Most High said if we don't listen, if we don't take heed to His laws,
and His statutes, which I have commanded thee this day, all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you.
So Deuteronomy 28 consists of, from verse 1 to 15, verse 1 to 14 consists of commandments. And from 15 to 68, you notice that there's more curses, right? All those curses will fall upon our people for not following His law. It's happening right now. And it's happening to this day. That's why that's why these devils kill us on the street to get away with it. You know what I mean?
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hast not hearkened unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
And who's more destroyed than us, man? Than the black, Hispanic, and Native American?
That's right.
Who is more destroyed? The people in Israel ain't destroyed.
That's right.
The people are living crushed, man. And the Most High said, you got some problem with the heathen that live in comfort. And the scriptures talk about that.
And His statutes which I had commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
So these curses is going to be upon a sign upon our people to pretty much identify who we are, man.
Yeah, did this happen before Jesus came or after?
It's still happening today.
That's right.
Because that's another misconception. That's another misconception that with Christianity, man, white man, the devil, the Bible speaks. That's right. Has told us that the Most High, that Christ is done under the law, which is not true.
That's right.
Oh, He said, I didn't come to change the law.
That's right.
Christ is called.
Present in spirit, man.
That's right.
Present in spirit.
Yeah.
All praise your real leader, man. He knows exactly what's going on.
Yeah. That's right.
So you pretty much recognize all praises to the Most High.
All praises.
Let me read you this real quick.
All right.
This is Deuteronomy 10 and 12. And now Israel, we're Israelites. You know, we're Israelites. What does the Lord God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all His ways, and to love Him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord and His statutes shall command thee this day for thy good. So it's good if we keep His commandments. Right. And that's why one of these curses that we turn our back on the laws. For thousands of years, we're still in the same predicament. The majority of our people, we go to Christian church week in and week out, and it's fast and safe, and we're not following the law. We pay tithes, we don't follow the law. We don't love God. saying the law's done away with. The history itself and the origin of the Bible starts with the law. You can't get around it. And when Christ comes back, the laws will be established in the earth, a righteous law, God's law.
That's right.
So there's no way can we just throw away or take a background to man's doctrine. It doesn't make sense.
God bless you, brother.
All right, brother. We out here.
Praise the Most High, man.
Love
All
y'all,
right,
man.
all right, brother.
That was powerful, man. So just by hearing these words, he understood that, man, that the laws of the Most High are not done away with. Basically, that's what we're out here for, man. To cast down all these strongholds, to edify our people, and call them back to the remembrance.
He was speaking spiritually. That's powerful.
That's right.
What's up, man? You got a question?
I'm satisfied.
What he said, going into slavery.
That's right.
And the hope the Most High takes your other leg.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, you heard me, right? Hope the Most High takes your other leg, man.
That's right.
Bring it out.
You believe me, bro? I believe about it. I'm like, nothing. You see, every cigar was born out. I've been in this shit.
Chapter 9, verse 7, everyone that shall be saved shall be able to escape by his works, and by faith, whereby he have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, where I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
So verse 7 tells us that we're going to be saved by our works and our faith, right? And verse 8 proves that what? That he's just talking about us, man.
That's right.
Because the Most High, when he sanctified us.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But by keeping his laws, going back to Isaiah, it's telling us that the laws, the wisdom and knowledge, which are the laws, is going to be the stability of our time and the power of our salvation.
That's right.
So, go to Proverbs 17:24. So, lock it. Drop that. Ephesians 5:7.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
Wherefore be ye not unwise,
Be not unwise outside of the law, right? Uh-huh.
but understanding what the will.
Like it. Being outside of the law.
Proverbs 21:16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding
The man that wanders out the way of the law,
shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
you are counted as dead, man. Pretty
Right.
much.
And wherefore be ye not unwise, but the understanding what the will of the Lord is.
What's the will of the Most High? Psalms 48.
Psalm chapter 40, verse 8. I delight to do thy will, O my God, yea, the law is within my heart.
Will of the Most High is for you to keep the law.
That's right.
Ain't no
That's
way
right.
of getting away there around that, man. Proverbs 17:24.
Que si quieres ahorrar $10, dice camina hasta allá, ahí cuánto tiempo nos ocupa.
14 mission 2.
Proverbs chapter 17, verse 24. Wisdom is before him that hath understanding.
Wisdom is before him that keeps the law.
Proverbs 4 and 7. Wisdom is a principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all that getting, get understanding.
So you get wisdom and all your understanding by keeping this law of the Most High. Man.
That's right.
That's what it is. What's up, man?
Can I record you guys?
Can I ask you a question though while you're doing that?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your ethnicity, man?
Huh?
What's your ethnicity?
I'm from Mexico, but
all right.
Mestizo.
Oh, you Mestizo? What's your father?
Huh?
What is your father?
What is my father? Mexican.
Mexican. So pretty much the most you know is Mexican, right?
Yeah, I know about my indigenous heritage.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Did you know that the indigenous of Mexico pretty much go back to the tribe of Issachar that's spoken about in the Bible. One of the 12 tribes of the church of Israel. And we can prove that through our theology.
All right.
You know what I mean? Because our people in Mexico, and at that time, we knew about Christ before the damn white man came over here.
That's right.
You ever heard of Quetzalcoatl?
Yes.
We can prove that in the Bible.
The feathers thing.
Feathers, yeah. Let me show you that in the Bible. Got a moment.
Isaiah 6 and 1. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne, high lifted up, and his train filled the temple. Above it stood seraphims. What's a seraphim?
Seraphim. It's a flaming serpent. If you go way back in the Hebrew, seraph.
Each one had 6 wings, with 20 covered his face, and with 20 covered his feet, and with 20 did fly. And one cried after unto another and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory. And the posts of the door moved, and the voice of him that cried, and the house was filled with smoke. Then said I, Woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of people of unclean lips. For mine eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. Verse 6. Then flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with the tongues from off the altar, and he laid it upon my mouth, and said, Lo, this has touched thy lips, and thy iniquity is taken away, and thy sin purged.
So what is happening right there is pretty much that Daniel was seeing, Isaiah was seeing at that moment is a feathered serpent. And that feathered serpent was taken away, what? Snakes, which is what they said, our people in Mexico, Central America, we were mass Quetzalcoatl and Lacan. Right? And mind you, that the Inca also had a messianic figure. His name was Viracocha, but the throneless king, a king without a throne. Now, going back in the Bible, you know that our Messiah also was a king without a throne. You know what I mean? And he purged his forces. So our people knew about Christ before the damn devils, dogs came over here and massacred them.
That's right. Have you seen this before? No. Lost Looney Tunes in Mexico? The 10 Commandments of Paleo Heat.
That's right.
Over 2,000 years old. How did it get here? When Hebrews were Jews. How did it get to America? Because y'all came here. When the kingdom split. We have questions.
You gotta run, but how can we connect with you guys?
Isaiah 6 is reading all the way down to 6. And there's other certain prophecy that represent it. But I just want to show you this real quick. Where it says, at least all the Hebrew artifacts in America, more than that. There's the one in Mexico. It says, there's in Mexico. Temple of Hebrew by sea serpent, the coast feathered serpent, the only one that travels to Central America. We already knew about the Messianic people.
And
Do you have Instagram?
I got Instagram.
In the Quiche Maya, they told the Spanish fire, man, I thought I had you. Well, you can look it up. the origins of the Quiche Maya from the east. They told the Spanish fire and written oral history. They came to the east and signed the survivors, and they were fleeing the captivity of the Assyrians. That's the one that came. So we got more. We can go into how they came over.
No, actually, we got to run, but thank you. I appreciate this.
All right,
Really interesting. We'll be in touch.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys are Israelites. It's very important to the law of the Most High, man.
All right.
We out here.
Thank you, brother.
All right.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, that's
He had me on Instagram.
man.
All praise. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding.
You get all that by keeping the Most High's laws, man.
That's right.
That's period. That's it right there. Now we go back to Isaiah 30 just to rebuild this part.
It's Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
The treasure. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Now let's address the treasure part of that verse. Let's go to Psalms 20:11.
Psalm chapter 58, verse 10. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked.
The righteous shall what? Wash his feet in the blood of the wicked.
So that a man shall say, verily there is a reward for the righteous. Verily he is a God that judgeth in the earth.
Isn't that a reward right there? Isn't that a treasure that we all want? We all want to see the downfall of our enemies, man. So hopefully we're those men that we get to dance in the blood of them.
That's right.
That's right.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 25, verse 7. There be 9 things which I judge in my heart to be happy. In the 10th, I will utter my tongue.
So like a rebuke that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 25, verse 7. There be 9 things which I judge in my heart to be happy.
9 things that he judges in his heart to be ecstatic, man. Happy, all right?
The 10th, I will utter with my tongue. A man that has joy of his children,
Who doesn't have joy in our children, right?
and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
And that's what we don't have right now. That's a treasure that we're hoping for, man. All right?
Second Ezra chapter 8, verse 3. There be many created, but few shall be saved.
That's another thing. That's another parallel to what Yahushua, what Christ is talking about. So there ain't no talking about that the Apocrypha is not inspired, man, because Yahushua kept quoting it, man.
Verse 32. For thou hast desired to have mercy upon us, thou shalt be called merciful.
Because we understand, man, that his mercy and his forgiveness is a gift, man.
Right.
He doesn't have to forgive us, man. So that we understand that it is a gift, man. If we what?
For if thou hast a desire to have mercy
If you have a desire to have mercy and forgive us,
upon us, thou shalt be called merciful to us, namely, that have no works of righteousness.
especially to us that we had before coming into here, we had no works of righteousness, man. We were all in the congregation to be dead at one time.
Verse 33. For the just which have many good works laid up with thee shall their own deeds receive reward.
So that's what that's what it is, man. You can't get away. You can't get around that. We will only receive salvation through our works. And that's why we're out here, man. This is part of our works out here, man. The most Yahweh Shai, he commanded us to come out here to bid to the marriage, man.
That's right.
And what he says is law, pursuant to Deuteronomy 18. All right?
That's right. So that's
This is Sirach 32 and 24. He that believeth in the Lord taketh heed to the commandment, and he that trusteth in him shall fare never the worse.
He that what? That feared in the Lord,
Take heed to the commandment,
take heed to his commandments, man.
and he that trusteth in him shall fare never the worse.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments.
That's the whole conclusion of this whole matter.
For this is the duty of man.
That's our duty.
That's right.
So, devil worshippers?
Devil worshippers now, man. We worship the most high power of Israel, man.
Why are you talking about the end
Devil
of the world,
worship.
though?
Actually, as a matter of fact, what you got around your neck is it's a device of devil worship. That's right.
I am. That's what I am.
Oh, okay. That's what it is, then, man. You worship the devil?
What's that?
The same thing, too.
Hey, stop right quick.
Same thing.
Let's steal right quick, brother. Let's steal.
Why the wicked flame? Bugged out, man.
Let's steal right quick,
That
brother.
crosses the idol.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You talk about we're devil worshipers. You got a device of devil worship around your neck, man. And you don't want to deal? You don't want to talk?
Proverbs chapter 28, verse 1.
Huh?
The wicked flee, but no man pursueth.
The wicked flee when no man pursue it. That's
But the
right.
righteous are bold as lions.
But the righteous as bold as lions.
That's right.
That's crazy.
Our people are lost, man, and destroyed.
That was crazy.
But if I believe you was right here, man. Well, while I was reading, I believe you would probably go get this. Exactly like the two other brothers that were just right here.
This one is scurry up the block and think he knows something. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, with that, that's all I have. Like you can see, man.
Go on. Hey, cut it and start it back.